I don't.
I would like to get serious for a moment.
Oh, God.
Few people in this world do I love and admire more than Ryan Horvat, and he joins us now on the Bart Winkler Show. Horvy, what's up, friend?
Thanks, man. I don't know that everybody feels the same. I got a tweet, actually. I thought I had a nice, solid little, Horvat dinger, zinger, whatever we want to call him. Nice, funny little joke the other day because I listened to your interview, which was very well done, by the way, with one Clay Thompson.
Thank you.
Which was awesome. And I said, I quote tweeted it, and I said, probably the second best guest Winks has had on his podcast, jokingly. And I got a response here from somebody who doesn't follow me, so I'm guessing they don't like me. His name is Brew City T33, and he says, true that. He should have Rami on more often. And my wife told me that it's the holiday season and I need to be nice and not to like offend people on social media because it's going to be contract season coming up for your boy. And I don't want this to be used against me. So all I'm going to say to Brew City T is have some class, man, and get yourself a razor. If not for yourself, for your family. Anyway,
so
how you doing, buddy?
You're gonna be contract like MJF. You're gonna go that route. The
No.
bidding war of 2023 for Ryan Horvat.
No, I was just kidding. And I'm sorry.
I've got room open.
I feel bad because maybe he doesn't hate me. I'm guessing he hates me with that comment, though. And Rami is a better guest, though. I mean, he's a freaking comedian. So I agree with Brew City T. You have a very nice beard, T, and I'm sure your family loves it, too. See? I can be nice.
Wow, what a guy. Yeah, the only people in my crosshairs right now are anybody that wakes up and eats Elon Musk Cheerios and goes online to support him all day, and people that want to rip on soccer just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, I never really
did you do a World Cup pick yet?
I mean, I bet two teams and they're both out, and then Croatia lost, so I don't care anymore. And I don't know. Who's your pick?
Well, my pick at the beginning of the tournament was France.
Well, mine was Brazil.
So France, I like their side of the bracket, and that worked out. France won their group, had an easier path, and dude, the way that Messi's playing, and I'd like to say this too. Here's somebody else that, okay, nobody, one of those memes, nobody, and then it's like, why won't soccer make it in America? All these people have to say this. You want to know the real answer to that question? Alexi fucking Lawless. That guy is trash. Now his hot take is Messi doesn't do it for me. What are you doing? Messi might be the greatest player of all time. Messi doesn't do it for me. He's doing it he's one of these guys. There was this business where it's like everyone says these takes for the reaction, and it really escalated. And then I think it's died down a little bit where it's just like, all right, it's just like Skip and maybe one other guy, and everyone else is kind of like, okay. But Alexi's still in that world. And it's just, so long answer short, or short answer long. I like Argentina to win 2-1 in extra time is my pick.
All right. I'm going to take France 1-0.
I just think Messi scores.
I bet Messi to score the first goal the other day. I had over 4.5 total corners. I had the side right. I had the total right. The only thing I didn't get right in that Croatia game was I had both teams to score, and Croatia got shut out to 0. So I would have won like $2,200. So Croatia actually let me down. I'm actually going to now only represent my grandfather's side, Slovenia, since we still have Luka, and my mother's side, the Irish, even though Notre Dame lets me down every single season. Yeah.
All right, fair.
And really quickly,
Croatia's still playing in the third place game.
Why do you care though? Like, why do you get into it with these people? I'm not gonna lie, that was Egyptian to me. I don't know Alexi. Like who?
Alexi Lawless.
I thought we were talking about Alexis Texas there for a second. Now there is an actress. I don't know who these people are that you're referring to. It's football season, real football season. I'm just kidding. But why do you care so much? Why do you always get into it with these people on social media, like Jason Lockenfora, about like soccer? And
Jason Lockenfora is a big United States soccer fan, and I appreciate that. But and Greg Berhalter maybe shouldn't be the guy, but the U.S. coach. But La Canfora just does it in a way that's like, we get it. It's like, okay, Bart, we know you don't like Michaels. Just relax and move on with your life.
But like GE came at you and he's like, Bart, I don't get the soccer thing. And you're like, I'm not going to bite, GE. And I was like, good for you, Bart. Like, you like what you like, man, right? And then 5 minutes later, I'm on social media and you're arguing with, some egg or some beard about soccer and the popularity in the United States. Hey, teach this to your young son. What you like, you like. In social media, who cares? I'm about to delete it anyway, man. I finally get my blue check mark after 8 years of hard work. And I never cared about the stupid blue check mark. People like bought one for Zinzola. I was like, this is outrageous. But you know what Musk did to me? And I'm with you. That penis, this is a legacy verified account. It may or may not be notable. Hey, Musk, with your little rocket ships. Hey, did you hit Aaron Rodgers MVP and Shohei Ohtani MVP both at 22-1 in the same year and make the people all the money? The Horvation, all the money? No, you penis. So shut the fuck up.
Did you have Ricky Fowler 25-1 in the Players Championship 5 years ago like I did and make all the money? No.
Yeah. Might be notable. Might be notable.
Did you put chairs down 0-2? No.
Yeah. Musk.
All right. So Saturday's a huge game. I probably
should. If somebody just comes through my apartment right now and just takes me out, like I have all these devices. Sometimes I'll just be talking to my wife and I'll be like, sure. And Siri will be like, what was that? And I'll be like, nothing, bitch. Where are you coming from? Do you have that happen? Like, I feel
that's why as I'm recording with you, and I always throw the Horvat chats up on YouTube. That's why you can see I broadcast outside now, Golden Chicken. Yeah. Corners. They have delivery and catering at 414-427-5500. 414-427-5500. Golden Chicken and Hales Corners. Did you hear me just say that?
I did, yeah.
Okay. I'm getting the internet. And it's fine now, but I've noticed in playback of some of my episodes, my internet's getting a little. There's some, and I pay for AT&T, the max speed. But it's like if my wife's on a conference call and I'm doing this, then it's like we're on dial-up. Yeah, but since that happened the last time with you, I paid an extra $50 a month to get the fastest speed, and it's still dog shit.
Are you there right now?
Yeah, now yeah.
All right, so I thought, because last time I think I took the blame, but I think it was on your end, and I think somehow you like messed my internet up in the process. Really quick, while we're talking Golden Chicken and Hales Corners, I will be in the area in 8 days. And I can tell you the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to call 414-427-5500. I'm going to walk into the door for Christmas. Everybody's going to say, hey, we got this and we got that. And I'm going to say, well, you guys messed up Christmas. I brought the goods. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, what's that? And I'm going to say, I brought the mini special, which is 8 pieces of chicken, 1 large side. You get slaw and 3 rolls, and that only cost me $24.95. I'm going to say, but since it's Christmas, I also brought the family special, only $38.95. And what did I get? I got 20 pieces of chicken. I got 2 large sides. I got a pint of slaw, which I don't eat, but my grandpa does. It's in his beard. It's in his fake teeth. It's all over the effing place. And I got 6 rolls, all for $38.95 at Golden Chicken and Hales Corners. Finger licking fucking good. Boom.
So when are you coming back? Yeah, when are you back?
I hope that's still the family special. That's like an offer they have. If not, call it the Horvat or something.
Yeah, I will be back. Just say I want what Horvat used to always get, and he'll know.
Was that stuff we used to eat back in the day? I will be back. I'm leaving Friday the 23rd.
Okay. That's when you'll be here?
Yeah.
Do you want to come in the old studio and do JR Sports Brief show with me?
No. Probably going to go back and like see my mother and my grandfather and my father and my sister and my brother and
how long are you back for?
Nieces and nephews. No, I'll be back. I'll be back for a while though. I'll be back for like 10 days and I'll be at Lambeau in Green Bay. I'm going to the New Year's game just in case.
Do you want to go to the Bucs game on the 30th?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Wait, and I'm thinking about going to the UC for Bulls Bucks too.
Oh, my buddy got a box for the Bucks game.
Oh, I'll go if I can.
Like 8 people have backed out.
Oh, I'll go then for sure.
I got to check with them.
Got to see my Bucks. I know I hate that we tape this podcast when we tape it, a little behind the scenes because excited for that Bucks Grizzlies game. I know you're going to be breaking it down. I'll have to tune in on my drive home. Big Thursday night football game. I took the Seahawks really big. Like if you're listening to this podcast right now and the Seahawks lost last night, you may never see Ryan Horvat ever again.
What's the line on that game? We'll get into the picks here. Brought to you by our friends at Golden Chicken.
I bet the Seahawks plus 3.5, but it closed at 3. Some sharp money came in on Seattle. We didn't even know at the time if Brock Purdy was going to be behind center or not.
I like Seattle.
All right, yeah, let's roll. And they're at home.
I think the Brock Purdy thing is, like, he's fine, but it's not gonna continue. Like, there'll be a speed bump here.
Yeah, this is the worst year for the Packers to suck because the NFC is a dumpster fire, other than the Eagles. And the Packers would be, that'd be the team that would knock them out too. Jalen Hurts would rush for 475 yards, playoff record.
Yeah, in the first half.
You already did it. Yeah, you're ready.
Yeah, I just saw that happen.
Yeah. What am I thinking of?
We do get then 3 games on Saturday, which is great because last Saturday, man, I can't even try to pretend to root for Army Navy. I can't even get into it. And thankfully, there was World Cup on. I think England France was on that day, so I was occupied there. But and then the match was on. Like, here's the match. Oh, okay. Well, what?
I feel like they didn't even promote that, and rightfully so because Tiger looked like shit.
I only saw it because Brian Anderson tweeted about it.
Like, Tiger now looks like me hungover, like in Vegas, like on like the final Sunday on acid. Yeah,
he's like, the more I'm sitting in the cart, the better this round will go.
It made me like really, I felt uncomfortable. I kind of tried to get excited for it, man. And I DVR'd it because I went to the museum with my son, which, dude, my son has taken over my freaking Saturdays now, and I love him to death. And I love doing things with me and him, like taking him to the museum and doing stuff he wants to do. But this Saturday, we have a birthday party, and I tweeted about this, so you probably already know. But this shit is 2 hours long, and it's at like a Discovery Zone type place where, like, remember when you were a kid or Leaps and Bounds, you'd like climb around those tubes? I mean, I hate to be this guy, but it's cold and flu season. My kid's sick every other week, and I got vacation, 2 weeks of vacation coming up here. I do not want him climbing around, Timmy with the runny nose, getting me sick on my vacation. But the worst part about it is, like you said, we get 3 games on Saturday, the kickoff for the Vikings-Colts game right during this freaking birthday party, and the parents have to stay. When I was a kid, my parents dropped me off. I got to stay. And here's the worst part, man. I actually liked staying at the parties when I lived in West Dallas, and my kid went to St. Mary's in Hallis Corner, because right by Golden Chicken, actually, because I liked the dads. They'd ask me like, hey, who should I start in fantasy baseball? Oh, should I start Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson in fantasy football? But out here in D.C., these frickin' people, it's just, when's Biden going to get off his ass? Brittany Griner? Oh, we had COVID 20 days ago. We couldn't leave the house. It was terrible. It's all just political nonsense. You'd probably love it, actually.
I wouldn't. I do like the
dad
stuff. I like the concept of a DC Discovery Zone. Discover what I can do on my own. I'm going to DZ Discovery Zone. Yeah, I love that place. Leaps and Bounds they had one in Indiana when I saw my uncle, but closer to home we had Discovery Zone.
I kind of hated it because I'm claustrophobic.
You go down that slide that was like PVC pipes.
Yeah,
it was like,
it was cool.
Your ass would fall on the ground.
Yeah, I didn't like that. See, I liked playing like Papa Shot, like over in the game section, and drinking those big ass Slurpees. I'd mix like the blue, the red, the white, of course, for fucking America. But All right, let's get into the picks. I got stuff to do today.
All right, so there are games on Saturday. You'll be at a party. What do we got?
Yeah. So don't text me because everybody's like, just pull out your phone and watch the games. And then I'm like, no, I'll just DVR them. It's the year 2022. I want to sit on my couch and have some beers. It's not that, man. It's just like, I don't want to sit there for 2 hours with a bunch of people I don't like. I don't even get to like hang out with my kid, and Saturday's our day. So
I actually, and don't text me during the Packer game because the Shorewood varsity girls play at 6, and I said I'd PA that game.
All right, deal. That's cool.
So
sometimes I like.
I was like, oh, the Packers are on. And then I was like, oh, the Packers are on. So I'm gonna go do it. There will be a post game show. Don't worry, everyone.
Maybe I'll pop on my drive home from work because I got to work Monday at the casino.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll send you the link and you'll just delete the email. What do you got for Saturday?
I don't delete emails. I just don't check them, to be fair. And really quickly, let me defend myself on that, man. Like, look, actually, I can't right now because Naughty America just is trying to get me to re-up my account, and I don't want my wife to see. Ooh, Kendra Lust. Kendra Lust and Lisa Ann follow me on Twitter right now. I do want to kind of shout myself out for that. Like a lot of people, like people in my company, David Fields, like they don't follow me, you know. Like I have like coworkers who don't follow me, but all my favorite porn stars, actresses do now. So shout out to
speaking of that,
moms. What?
I said, speaking of that, December got a lot more expensive for me because if I want to see Mandy Rose on my screen now, I have to pay for it since she got let go by WWE.
Why did they let her go? Isn't she the champion?
Yeah, but they had her lose on Tuesday because she does OnlyFans and some of the nakeds got out in WWE, even though they have repeatedly put her in some of the more sexually provocative bits in the last 5 years, said, no. Now we saw nipple. Now you are out.
God, I've been so far behind on stuff, dude. I finally got over the flu, but then it led to an ear infection. So I'm taking like amoxicillin. Terrible. All right, let's start with that Minnesota game. Actually, I'll be at Discovery Zone, and the Vikings will be at home. Skull. 4-point favorites over the Indianapolis Colts, and you already know what time it is. I am taking the points with the Colts +4. Still alive to win that crappy division, even though they got Jeff Saturday as a head coach and the corpse of Matt Ryan behind center. For some reason, they refuse to give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Why? Because he owns a couple toppers? I don't know. All I know is that the Vikings over 400 yards on defense in 4 straight games. They're complete frauds. Told everybody last week. People were like, I don't know, Horvat. They're a double-digit win team, and the Lions are a 5-win team. And I said, you fucking dummies. This is why you people are living under the bridge in Las Vegas. Anytime the 5-win team is a 2-point favorite over the 10-win team, you take the 5-win team, you dipshits. Betting isn't even that hard. And what happened? The Lions went in there and fisted the Vikings. Or actually, the Vikings went there and got beat up. Whatever. All I know is I'm taking the
Either way, someone done got fisted.
Doug Fister, hardly know her. That was my fantasy baseball name for 2 years.
Funny.
Now you know what it is?
What?
The winners.
Funnier.
You like that? Because we win every year. You know who else wins? Me and the Colts. They're actually pulling off the upset. This is my golden chicken. You know what, babe? I'm gonna be hungover tomorrow, so if I don't eat them tonight, I'll eat them tomorrow. Get me the onion rings. Pick of the week.
In what context?
I don't know.
All right.
It's just something I would do.
That's classic Horby. I'm going to take the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe I could be talked into the Vikings not showing up on a Saturday morning. But I don't think the Colts are bad. The Colts are bad.
All eyeballs on Kirk Cousins. Nobody else is playing.
I don't know. It depends on a real breakdown. If Indy gets their pass rush free, they're very good. They can rack up sacks. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that they do that. I'm going to take the Vikings.
All right. We move on. We go to another Saturday game where the Baltimore Ravens are 2.5-point underdogs on the road, taking on the Cleveland Browns, who are 2.5-point favorites. And I hate to do it because I bet the Ravens to win the division. I bet the Ravens over 9.5 wins. This would win me some money because this would be win number 10. Unfortunately, though, I know Tyler Huntley's been practicing, but if something happens and he doesn't go, Anthony Brown gets the start. I've seen enough Anthony Brown in Oregon to know he's not very good. And I know Deshaun Watson right now doesn't look very good. But also we have to remember he hasn't played football in 2 years. He's only made 2 starts. And now he goes back to Cleveland. This is his first home start. And look at these road games. He goes to Houston for his first game back. They didn't treat him very well. I like Cleveland in this spot to win. They're 2.5-point favorites. I like them anything under 3. So I'll take the Browns here.
Well, I like them up to 5, and 2.5 times 2 is 5. So you're walking right into the buck golden chicken double cluck of the week. I've got the Browns by 5. Golden chicken, they're open at 5 and 6 and 7, and you can actually get delivery, and you can get catering. You can get catering 24 hours. And don't forget about the delivery option. 414-427-5500. 444-pee-poo-poo.
All right, we move on to the prime time.
414-427-5500.
Dude, I kind of forgot this game was Saturday night. I'm excited for this. Dolphins, even though they look like dump right now, Tua's looked awful the last 2 weeks. He's been all over the frickin' place. You got the Bills. They haven't looked very good either. Bills at home, 7-point favorites, 43.5 the total. I took some Miami at 7.5, thinking this would go down, but I might end up betting the Bills here, man. I just think the Bills right now are kind of a sleeping giant. I think you could still make the case for Josh Allen to win MVP, even though like the numbers haven't been great. He is the whole team offensively. I don't think Ken Dorsey's a very good play caller. It's just terrible on the early downs and then bail us out on third down Josh Allen. So he does throw some bad picks and whatnot, but this is a tough one to call. It's 7. That's where we stand right now. Shoot. I guess I'll take the points with the Dolphins. I think the Bills win the game, but 7 seems a little high still. So give me Miami. They haven't looked very good. This is almost like a must-win game for them at 8-5 in the AFC. I mean, they're not going to win the division. They still have an outside shot. Bills are 10-3. Patriots still have an outside shot, but I'll take Miami to keep it close. Not my favorite bet, though.
Well, what I saw was that last week in Los Angeles, it was 55 degrees and the Dolphins needed warmers on the sidelines. And now this week, you're going to go to Buffalo where there's going to be 4 to 7 inches of snow. I'm normally a guy that I don't think about the weather at all, especially with fantasy. Oh, by the way, fantasy, I do think Deshaun has a big day in that Browns game.
Although, does he think Ravens defense is really good? Does he have a good day, or does he have a serviceable day, or you think he has a big day?
Well, who are the quarterbacks? Cousins, Ryan, Tua, Allen, Watson, and Tony Brown. I'll play Watson as my QB.
I'd play Allen.
Just for the Saturday lineups. I'm having a really bad run.
I might play Matt Ryan against that Vikings defense. I really mean that too.
I've played $5 World Cup ones for every game, and I've lost a lot of $5.
Like if you spend the $2 on Matt Ryan going against the Vikings secondary that's given up again 400 yards 4 straight weeks.
But I play like $30 lineups because now I'm chasing.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. So if you get the corpse of Matt Ryan for like $1, think of all the skill position players you could have. You could have Tyreek. You could have, although Tyreek's dinged up right now. I'm starting J.K. Dobbins against Cleveland's defense, and he's only projected like 12 points. I know he's just working his way back, but he went over 100 yards. I'm missing something there. I don't know. We can talk about that off the air. Who are you picking in the game?
God, I hate when people talk fantasy on the air, don't you?
Uh-huh. Don't get me started on that.
I have the Bills. I have the Bills.
7-point favorites. All right. We move on to Sunday.
I'm sorry. Sometimes when we're taping, there's things that happen that are just too big not to interject with. So we're talking on Thursday morning. Donald John Trump was scheduled to make a major announcement today, and he has made it.
What is it?
Donald Trump. My official Donald Trump digital trading card collection is here. These limited edition cards feature amazing art of my life and career. Collect all of your favorite Trump digital cards, very much like a baseball card, but hopefully much more exciting. Go to collecttrumpcards.com and get your cards now. Only $99 each.
I mean, it's really kind of hard to be mad at that, to be honest with you.
Promo code BART gets you 25% off. I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead.
We move to Sunday. Bright and early, wake up.
I might take that.
Hungover. Have some coffee. The Cowboys are 4-point favorites against the Jags. The Jags at home. Trevor Lawrence, AFC Player of the Week. I know this is a big mistake, but this opened at 5, and I grabbed some Jags, so I'll make them my pick at 4. Seems like a terrible matchup. Anytime the Cowboys enter the red zone, they score. Anytime a team enters the red zone against the Jags defense, they score. The Jags just gave up 40 points to the fucking Detroit Lions 2 weeks ago. All that, though, doesn't matter to me. I think the Cowboys may be frauds. I think the whole NFC just filled with frauds, and yet our bullshit team won't even make the playoffs this year. All that to say, I like the Jags to cover the 4+4. Trevor Lawrence is playing his best football of the season right now. Jags are 5-8, dude. Over 6.5 wins, not dead yet. And the Jags could win that division. Your Titans are falling apart right now. The Colts are shit. And then there's the Texans, who are running a 2-quarterback system right now in the year 2022 with Davis Mills and Jeff Big Game Driscoll. Jags couldn't win that division.
They're only 2 back, huh?
That's what I mean. Jags +4.
Well, I think Titans theory's in play this week, and I'll get to that in a minute. I don't like the Jags in this game. I want to, but Dallas just struggled against Houston, and I think they'll right things. Dallas is my Super Bowl pick. I think the big guy gets another one. I like Dallas versus Buffalo, so I'm going to take Dallas to beat Jacksonville.
Mike McCarthy called a draw play last year, final play of the season on the line, no timeouts. He called a quarterback draw for Dak, and that's your Super Bowl pick?
The only thing that I like to draw is the short straw when it's time to pick where dinner is, because I always go to Golden Chicken in Hales Corners. Delivery and catering, 414-427-5500.
What do Golden Chicken and the girl that James Blunt was stalking on that subway have in common?
What?
They're both beautiful. And you know what else is beautiful? Robert Sala's bald head and that defense of the Fighting New York Jets.
Why would you spend $99 on a card when you can get all that? You know how much Golden Chicken you can get for $99?
Yeah, you could get 3 of the family deals.
Yeah.
And then that's 9 rolls.
You went on to Robert Saleh and his disaster team. Boy, they are playing themselves out of the playoffs.
So this is a huge game on Sunday morning, afternoon, whatever the hell you consider 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's the morning for me. Lions are 1-point dogs on the road. Jets 1-point favorites. You have the unmovable object meeting the irresistible force or whatever the hell. You know, there's like Hulk Hogan and Andre at Mania, whatever. It's the Lions offense against the Jets defense. You know what I hate, man? I wish the Lions were in any other conference or division, because kind of rooting for him a little bit. Like, we always shit on Jared Goff, and now he's the best quarterback in the division. I called Dan Campbell a glorified gym teacher. Now he's awesome. You know, he was like, I turn around, we're throwing fucking passes to Sewell in the back of the end zone. I get a kick out of this team, and I'm picking them against the Jets. So the Jets, Mike Effin White is hurt. And so they elevate Zach Wilson of the Zach Wilson band as the backup quarterback. If Mike White doesn't play in this game, or they have to call upon Zach Wilson, we already know his teammates hate him. They think this guy's a prick. He's banging people's moms. He's taking selfies, looking like he's going to junior year prom, straight out of an Express magazine. I hate Zach Wilson. And you know what? I don't really like Robert Saleh for the way that he talked about our football team a couple weeks ago. Called us pretty much a bunch of pussies. So give me the Detroit Lions. You know what? I'm going to say it. My Detroit Lions. If the Packers don't get in, I want it to be Detroit. Detroit what? 8 Mile, bitches.
Yeah, I was talking about that with Paul and Grant yesterday, and I'm not like rooting for Detroit, but I do think it would be funnier if the Detroit Lions won a Super Bowl before the Vikings did.
Yeah. And I would love that. And I think the Lions are a better team. I would love them to meet in the playoffs. And then we would have to go to the game almost, man, like decked out in Lions gear. Like, I'd go like just like a knight, but like with a Lions football helmet. Like, do you ever wonder like what the hell these fans are thinking? Like some of these guys that they show, like the Raiders fans, that makes sense. But they'll have like a guy and he's just like in like a full like fucking robot costume, but with like a Zach Wilson jersey on. It doesn't make any sense. Football fans are weird.
I see. Normally, my instinct would be go against the Lions here because there's a lot of momentum and there's a lot of attention. And, you know, normally when that happens, like what I said with Brock Purdy, but the Jets are just so bad. And I don't think Zach Wilson ever plays there again.
Nah,
they're done. The Jets are done. The Jets are missing the playoffs. And I'm going to take the Lions.
we have, if you still have dreams of Green Bay getting into the playoffs, which I do, I know everybody's like moved on except for me, then you got to kind of root for the Jets here, though, right?
Fuck. Are you following how much Kay Adams is in love with Sham Sharina?
No. Should I be?
Nah, it was up on my Twitter. Okay, go ahead next.
I saw KS tweeting about this too. Is this a real thing? Because I was in love with her for a while.
The first time he was on her show, she said something about like if we had kids and she screwed up, and then the next time she's like, people thought I was shooting my shot, which I may or may not have been, and she looks at him all like starry-eyed.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. You know who else good for? Good for our guy, Sam Darnold, the great-grandson of Dick Hammer, former firefighter, actor, cowboy. Pretty sure he even filmed the F scene, if you know what I mean. By the way, I'm delirious this morning. I got 2 hours of sleep. If anybody wonders why I'm so weird on this podcast, nap's coming right after the pod. Panthers are 3-point favorites at home against the Steelers. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my Panthers. They made me $1,200 last week. I'm going to bet not quite $1,200 on them this. Oh, yeah. I was giving that pick out all week, and everybody's like, the Carolina Panthers. And I said, hey, assholes, do you realize the Carolina Panthers are top 10 in DVOA on the defensive side of the ball? Do you realize that the Carolina Panthers –
what'd you bet on them?
$1,200 on the Panthers.
Jesus.
Well, yeah. So what I had, though, I'll tell you how I did it. Well,
do they give you money to bet with?
No. No. I mean, BetMGM, they've given me some stuff in the past, but, like, not every day. No.
How do you do a betting show and not have a bankroll?
Dude, I bet I mean, like, here, this is our safe space. I bet, like, offshore still every once in a while, too. I got, like, 8 accounts open. I'm always just shopping for the best numbers. But one thing that you could do when you sign up for these new sports books, or just every once in a while, they'll give me, like, a risk-free bet up to a G. So, yeah, so, like, if the Panthers didn't win the game, I wouldn't technically get my money back, but I would get another free bet. And I'm, if I lose one big bet, I usually don't lose 2 in a row. But the Panthers, man, well, they were coming off the bye. The defense has been playing really good, and they still have a shot to win that division. They're not mathematically dead, kind of like the Green Bay Packers. And the other, I mean, like, they're playing. They obviously want this dude to be their head coach. Matt Rule was a complete freaking disaster, although you could argue he never had a quarterback. They got rid of Baker, although, man, shout out Baker. Even though we got to root against him, this is going to be a tough week for us. But yeah, I like Carolina moving forward. And who the hell is the starting quarterback for the Steelers? Is it going to be Pickett? Because right now, while we record this, he's in the concussion protocol. Trubisky threw 3 picks last week. The Steelers are very overrated on the defensive side of the ball. And let's be honest, I love rooting against the Watt family. Screw them. Yeah, Panthers -3. My Panthers, the fighting Timbiaka Batukas, bitch.
You're kind of like the Smokey Robinson of BetMGM because you better shop around. And if you're shopping around for the best price, I'd take it. I like the Panthers here too to beat the Steelers. They're one of my – if I was doing the Vegas like super thing where you get 5 a week, this is one of the ones that I would like. Yeah.
Okay. You want to do that with me next year?
I do. I absolutely I do.
All right, it's a good excuse to go to Vegas and get shit-faced. And I'm like, gotta go, babe, just to literally just sign up for a contest. It's pretty dope.
And if you are having trouble sleeping, let me tell you, you do not need to shop around because you can check out my boys at Happy Place Hemp. Shout out to Brandon who went there this week. Saw Chris and Rob use the promo code BART. Brandon, I don't know if I'm talking out of school here, but he said, got the nighttime ones you use and the Delta 8 and the THCO. Happy day off to me. So I took some of the nighttime gummies the other night, and I was laying in bed, and they help you sleep. But then they also, there's a little – and I was sitting there, like, laying down, talking with my wife, and at one point I was thinking, man, isn't it weird? Like, we're laying down, but we're talking. And I was like, oh, fuck, those things are working. So, yummy, and thank you. And good night of sleep. HappyPlaceHemp.com. They're on College Court in Muskego, across from Maddie's, or you can go to HappyPlaceHemp.com. Promo code's BART, 25% off every order. No offshore things necessary. It is totally legal. They'll discreetly send it to your house. Horvat, what do we got next?
Yeah, even my wife's into the gummies. Helps her sleep at night, even a square like her. All right, let's move on to let's go to this one. All right, let's go to the Arizona Cardinals, the Fighting Colt McCoys. Kyler done for the year. They traveled to take on the Denver Broncos and the Fighting Rippins. I don't know. I took the Broncos last week to cover the number. That worked out pretty well. Russell Wilson actually looked pretty good, and then he got concussed. And I'm not a big Russ fan, but that was scary as shit. So I'm rooting for him to be okay. That said, this is a game I feel like we shouldn't have to pick. But since we have to pick every single game, every single week, other than the Thursday night game, I guess, man, give me the Cardinals plus 2.5 because I think Colt McCoy runs that offense better than Kyler. I do. And I think Cliff Kingsbury sucks. But Colt McCoy runs his offense a little bit better. I know I just got done saying I always bet against the Watts, but, I mean, JJ's so washed. Who cares?
This is my what? There's no golden chicken here pick of the week. As in, if there ain't no chicken in the town I'm in, I ain't want chicken. But if you're betting it, I guess I'll bet it too. And I'll do whatever you do. You pick. I'm just riding you. I was thinking about the Broncos, but I think Kyler Murray sucks, actually. I don't think he's good.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm going to take the Cardinals with you.
Like, I don't think he's very good either. And under pressure this year, you want to hear something crazy?
So like, the Cardinals paid him because they did not have a better path to get a guy better than him.
Yeah.
Kind of like how – what's a good comparison? I can't think of one. But they went with him.
Yeah, I don't know. They drafted Josh Rosen, then gave up on him after 1 year.
1 year. Because suffering succotash, Cliff Kingsbury had a crush on Kyler.
They hate each other now. Yeah, Kyler under pressure this year, 0 big-time throws, 13 turnover-worthy throws. He just collapses. All right, let's move on. We move over to a game that actually does matter. You said your Titans theory is in play this week. I actually disagree. Chargers played their best football game last week. I do not like Joe Lombardi as a play caller. I think he's terrible. I think Brandon Staley is a terrible head coach. I'm almost, as a Justin Herbert fan, rooting for the Chargers to lose out so they could get Sean Payton, somebody with some brains in there. But I think, unfortunately, for that theory, the Chargers win, and they win big. And I do think that the Titans lose out the rest of the season, even though Mike Vrabel is a great coach, because Derrick Henry's starting to break down a little bit. That defense, that secondary is shit. And Ryan Tannehill is no good. So give me the Chargers at home to cover the 3, win that game by a full touchdown. Go Herbert, go Herbert, go.
But this exactly is the Titans theory.
Yeah, no. I hate that I'm doing it, man.
But if the Titans theory is if it is, and it's been rock solid for 3 years, when you're there's no chance to bet on them. That's when you play them. And when you're like, this is a real team, you back away. When I was talking to Clay Thompson, I don't know if you saw that. I had that on a podcast, but he's a big Titans fan. And I was going to bring up the Titans theory to him. And in the last second, I decided not to let that off the tip of my tongue. But I think the Titans win this football game. I don't think that, but I'm beholden to the theory until it proves me otherwise. So I have no to take the Tennessee Titans, and this will be the ultimate test. If this fails, the Titans theory, we're gonna write a book on it, because the future is Malik Willis. It's going to be a new sort of system there. But the Titans theory, this is the ultimate test of the Titans theory of 3 years going strong.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm gonna ride the Chargers. They just had their best defensive game. You
riding the Chargers only strengthens the Titans theory to me.
Interesting. All right, let's move on to this one. Big game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6 and 7, 3.5-point dogs in Tampa at home. Bengals playing their best football of the season. This is probably insanity, but I'm going to take the Bucs to at least keep this game close, plus 3.5. They need this one, man. Carolina's breathing down their neck. Shit, Atlanta doesn't even have a quarterback. They're breathing down their neck. Bucs need a win. I don't know that they get the win. I know how good the Bengals are playing right now, but they're a little bit beat up. T. Higgins has been beat up. Packers could have drafted him. They said, fuck it. We want the quarterback that led the FBS in picks. # people forget. I like Tampa to maybe win this game outright. Definitely plus 3.5, though.
I like, God, every week Every week I play DraftKings and say this will be the week that
No, I think that
5 touchdowns.
Yeah, this might be the week though, man.
And I'm gonna do it again because I don't want to get burned. And why did Mariota just left?
Well, they benched him, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll go have knee surgery. My season's over." Which I don't blame him.
All right, so Tampa's got Cincinnati.
Tampa's got Cincinnati. Yes. Just literally gave the breakdown of the game, +3.5. I don't know how they do it though, man, because Tampa can't run the ball. Bengals stop the run. Bengals get pressure on the quarterback. Brady folds under pressure. I don't know how it happens. I can't give you the football breakdown. I can just give you the numbers playing. I'm taking the Bucs +3.5. I also said last week on this same podcast, oh shit, you're giving me Tom Brady +3.5 over Brock Purdy, and then Brock Purdy went out there and sliced up that defense. Pretty good.
Pretty good. I like Tampa.
All right, that's a pretty good pick then. What about this one? We skipped over this one in the noon window because I haven't bet this game. I have no interest in this game.
Skipped a lot of noon games.
Yeah, so what I do is I have my games that I've bet. So like all those games that I just realized that. Like my tracked plays are in the beginning. So really quickly for those that care, I had the Seahawks +3.5, Colts +4. I had the Browns money line and a little 2.5. I had the Dolphins +7.5. I had the Jags +4. I had the Lions +1. I had Carolina on the money line. Tampa Bay +3.5. All right, we move on. We have the Bears at home, 9-point dogs. They're going to get a little bit healthier in the secondary. Taking on the Eagles, though. Justin Fields is sick. He's throwing up. He's shitting all over the place. We don't know if he's playing in this game, and if he's not, the Bears will be throwing up and shitting all over themselves because who's their backup again? They got Nathan Peterman and oh crap, he played this year.
Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, God. How is Jordan Love? Like, if you're Jordan Love, you have to be like, all right, get me the fuck out. I'm playing behind.
Well, he didn't look happy when he was drafted because he knew he wasn't going to play.
He's like, you got me playing behind Neo from The Matrix right now, right? This guy with the trench coat and the goofy haircut. I'm watching Trevor Siemian start a game on Sunday. Josh Johnson has work. The Eagles are going to destroy the Bears. I don't care. I know that's a chalky pick, and maybe the Bears backdoor cover this, but I'm going to bet this like Justin Fields isn't playing right now, and I think the Eagles are going to beat the shit out of the Bears.
I got to take the Eagles.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, how do you not? How do you not? They're going to count them into submission. Kind of like the New Orleans Saints as 4-point favorites over Atlanta. Here's another one, man, where I've bet a lot of dogs, and I'm like, I got way too many dogs, but I do think some favorites cover, and I think here's one where I know the Saints haven't been very good, but we've never seen Desmond Ridder in an NFL game. And they have to go – he's got to go on the road and go against that defense. Against the Saints? Yeah, I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I'm a big Desmond Ridder guy. I'm a big Cincy guy, but what's the records here? Can these guys win the NFC South? I know the
Atlanta. Yeah, I mean Atlanta's 5-8, dude. Yeah, they're fucked. But Atlanta's 5-8.
The three teams I thought would be terrible are the four: the Saints, the Steelers, the Seahawks, and the Bears. And I got three of them right.
You thought the Saints were going to be terrible? I bet a lot of money on them to win 8 games and even to win the division. I knew the Bucs were going to be shit. So
Saints they're garbage.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
I'm going to take Atlanta. Fuck it. I'm not betting the Saints.
All right.
I'm not busting I'm not trying to nickel and dime my way through part-time freelance work to then place it on the fucking Saints.
All right. Fair enough. They've cost me a lot of money this year. Andy Dalton is a turnover machine. What about this one, though? Because you got the Texans, who just covered, nearly beat the Cowboys, 14-point dogs at home, taking on the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 14. Obviously, I just fucking said that. Dude, I know it just like it seems so tempting to grab the 2 touchdowns with Houston. But Mahomes threw 3 picks in that game last week. Kansas City, this is their most efficient offense since 2018, and they're not even running the ball very well yet. I do like Pacheco, though. Give me the Chiefs here, actually, to cover the big number. Texans they're not going to run that Jeff Driscoll option shit 2 weeks in a row. Chiefs are going to beat the hell out of them here. Give me Kansas City on the road.
I think last week we talked about the Texans. That number was too big against the Cowboys, and so we took the Texans, and the Cowboys, barely got out of there. I don't think the number can be big enough. The Chiefs don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they're gonna rout these guys.
Exactly. I agree, man. I'm gonna bet this. Actually, I haven't yet. I'm hoping that we get.
I might bet my hard-earned money. That money that I'm making to be the PA for Shorewood Girls, I'm gonna put it all. I'm gonna put all of those 10 spankaroos on the KC Chiefs.
All right. And then if you win that game, you can maybe turn around and look at this one. You got the Raiders, 1-point favorites over the Patriots. God, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense until you remember.
McDaniels gets another crack at old BB.
Revenge game. BB's going to have a
look. The Raiders and a big day out of Derek Carr.
Me too, dude. He's getting Darren Waller back, Hunter Renfrow, not former Brewer Hunter Renfrow, but the slot wide receiver out of Clemson who looks like an insurance salesman's back. And the Raiders, they're shit, but they are going to win this game against the Patriots, who are also shit. Don't know that they should be such shit at 7-6, but when you hire shit as an offensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, you get a shit product. And I know what Bill was doing. He was doing a favor to a friend, like, hey, man, you're out of work. Bring your goofy ass back here to New England. Problem is, though, like, they didn't need him because the defensive side of the ball is run by Steve Belichick, Bill's son, that goofball, and Bill wasn't going to demote his son for the bearded man. So instead, he gives him the keys to the offense, even though the man has no clue what he's doing. Mac Jones is screaming at him. Mac Jones may stink. I don't know, man. All I know is that the Raiders are going to win this game by at least 3 points. And I miss Devontae Adams a little bit more every day. I wish I could write him a love letter and get him back to Green Bay.
NFL Films every year does that 30-minute retrospective on the season, and they always try to end on a high note. The Raiders need a high note. This will be their high note. This will be the game they focus on. It was a tough season, but then when McDaniel's mentor came, I like the Raiders. I really, really do.
They'll carry him off the field. What about this one? We got the Washington Commanders, the Fighting Tobies. Dude, Commanders are the better football team, but 4.5. Oh, I hate to do it. I got to bet the Giants plus 4.5. Daniel Jones, all he does within the division is cover. And you know how you got your Titans theory. This isn't even like a conspiracy theory. Daniel Jones on the road is a good NFL quarterback. Daniel Jones at home is a dog shit quarterback. I've never seen anything like it. It should be the other way around. All I know is he's not losing this game by 5. This is a big game. This is a playoff game. Both teams 7-5-1 on the season. I'm going to take the Giants to keep this one close. I think the number should be 3.
Can you bet for an NFL game to end in a tie?
Like kind of how you bet the draw for soccer, which I did with Croatia plus 250, and they got, face planted. No, maybe.
I would, if you can find that, I'm going to give you some money to do it.
I'm not going to do that. It's going to be like when you wanted me to bet the Bucks to win the finals when they were down 2-0, and I told you I'm not doing that. You got to do that yourself.
Which you then later apologize for not doing.
Well, they won the finals, okay?
So who's the underdog?
The Giants.
Then I'm going to pick the Giants. Because lightning, you're more likely to get struck by lightning if you've already been struck by lightning. I'm taking this game is going to end in another tie. And Chris Collinsworth is going to be like, oh, I can't even believe it. Well, what's going on? It's the day of the World Cup final. Soccer's going to have a winner. NFL Sunday night's going to end in a tie. That's how it's going.
I can't let it go. You said something there that I got to bring up. You know what you did, you son of a bitch. Always trying to get me in trouble here, but I can't let it slide. Remember when Michaels got struck by lightning when he was on the air? I shouldn't laugh at this. Maybe you might have to cut this up. I just remember everybody at the station's freaking out, and I'm sitting there writing my update. And today the Badgers beat the Tulsa 80-72, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on around here? Why is everybody running around like chickens with their heads cut off? Michaels got struck by lightning while on the air.
The day that Michaels was no longer with the station was January 6th.
Yeah.
We got an email at night, and I was like, wait a minute, did he? We have one more game.
Lightning crashes. And then big unit survives.
Did
The Packers. You got to cut that out. Packers are 7
I'm
points.
not.
I know. He shouldn't. I mean, he did. He got struck by lightning. Like, we're
That's
not
all
saying
he
anything.
said. And then
And it was
for a minute,
weird.
I had a where was he that day? Because he wasn't on the air.
Right. Like, imagine though, dude, because like everybody would give me shit and be like, oh, Horvat's sick again. Yeah, I had allergies. I didn't get struck by fucking lightning.
Hey, it's a great story if you live to tell about it. If it's true, go on.
Hey, I missed you at the cigar dinner last week. Where were you? Funny enough story. Got struck by fucking lightning. Lived to tell the story. Everything was all good. I feel like if you get struck by lightning, dude, and you don't come back with like a superpower, like you're able to like run faster than a speeding bullet or like walk between walls or get like x-ray vision, then just, I don't know. You know,
if I ever got struck by lightning and lived, I would buy one of those hand buzzers so that every time I shook someone's hand, they'd be like, whoa, what the? I'd be like, I got struck by lightning, dog. It's coming through you. I'm still radioactive.
I'd buy
I think the Rams are going to win this football game.
Why?
Way too many people are already mapping out playoff scenarios.
I'm the only person
win out, and then other shit needs to happen. If they win the next two at 7 and 8, all right, let's play around a little bit. You just got to beat the Rams. It's going to be so cold. Rodgers is old. Your blood thins quicker when you're older. I honestly, I'm not doing this as a bit. I'm taking the Rams, and the Packers season will end.
Okay, I'm going to take the Packers, and I think that they're going to score over 35 points in this game.
The over-under is 39.5. Why?
Because the Rams have a very good defense and a shit offense, and the Packers have a shit defense.
You're getting a good defense to come play here in the cold. Didn't we just see that in January?
Go back and watch
an average quarterback. Didn't we just see that in January?
Remember the last time Baker Mayfield came to Lambeau Field? The Packers are winning this game by 2 touchdowns. They're coming off the bye. It's LaFleur off the bye. It's going to be Rodgers. Rodgers is going to throw for 300 yards for the first time since week 12 of last season. What do the guys roll out the helmets, Bart? I'm confident that the Packers kick the shit out of the Rams. I'm curious to see if the Rams are able to fly back to Los Angeles after getting the shit kicked out of them. And I'm confident that Aaron Big Game Jones is scoring 3 touchdowns, 3 in this game.
The ultimate parlay of the week. Rams win. Titans win. Panthers win. Washington ties.
Buy or sell. I'm buying that the Packers kick the living shit out of the Rams, and I'm selling that Baker Mayfield is an NFL starting quarterback next year. Jalen Ramsey, you're lucky Devontae's not here to torch you anymore. Meet Christian, Big Game Watson. Romeo, Big Game Dobbs may be back. I don't know that for sure. David Bakhtiari, is he going to be on the field? No. Do we need him? Maybe. Is it going to matter without Aaron Donald on the field? Probably not. Packers win. Here's my score. 38-13. Finally, you'll be pissed off because of a draft pick and you don't get your Jordan Love or whatnot. But us true fans, us Rodgers backers, us Rodgers believers, we last. And we go to week 18 where we beat the Detroit Lions. Imagine that game, dude. Win and get in for both teams. How big is that game going to be?
I'll be there. Sunday night game.
You turned in your fan card weeks ago. You got your Jordan Love statue, your Jordan Love jersey. You gave up on this team. You gave up on this season. A fan that carries the G, a true fan, we don't give up. We're like Jason fucking Mraz. We don't give up. All right, I got to go to bed, man.
All right, Ryan Horvat, appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you. I did this on 2 hours of sleep, people.
More than normal.